Good afternoon from Bali. I'm Aron, and if you don't know me, I've been rescuing animals in Bali for the last 12 years. I moved here in 2012. Since then, anyone who's been to Bali will know it's quite hard to come here, and especially if you go out of the tourist areas, to see any of the animals in trouble, whether they're dogs, cats, chickens, pigs and so on. Anyway, welcome to the first of what I hope will be a longer series of updates from me and my adventures here in Bali and what I'm doing. My first update, I've come to pump out my water garden. You'll probably understand what that means in a moment, so let's get into it. Just to give everybody a little bit of context, I have a garden in Bali next to the rice fields, which you can see here. Lots of rice fields. This is a rice field to be. It's just in the pre-planting stage, but just next to the rice field is my rescue garden. So in previous years I've had dogs here, but as you're about to see, I've had some significant flooding problems and funding problems. I was going to say funding there. I've had funding problems, but specifically flooding problems. So I have come to pump the water out of my rescue garden. I've moved all of the dogs out to a rescue house, which you'll see in the next update, and the only remaining resident in the rescue garden, you're about to meet her. Hello. It's Violet the pig. Hello, my good pig. Who's my good pig? So everybody, meet Violet. She is a pig who I rescued about a year and a half ago. She's been living in the rescue garden ever since, but as I was alluding to, we have some significant problems in the garden, don't we, Violet? And that is that it's flooded, and it's flooded because we've had so much rain. I've done a lot of flood defense work in here. There's lots of underground pipes. There's a couple of outlets that I made, and none of it has worked because we've had the worst rainy season ever. It hasn't been fun, has it, Violet? So I am here to pump all of this water out of the garden and get this place into a better condition. From a good pig. You are a good pig. Yes, you are. She's my good pig. So here is the solution to all of this flooding woes. What I'm doing is I have a water pump here and a bucket. What are you going to do with your water pump bucket, Aron? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to put my water pump in the bucket, and then see if I can do this with one hand. I'm holding the camera with the other hand. It's surprisingly heavy, this thing. Okay, let's do two hands. And not fall over. And I'm submerging my water pump in here. Let's see if that works. Previously I didn't have it in a bucket, and what was going wrong was I had too much sediment coming through, and it kept breaking the motor in the water pump. So now using the bucket should fix that, but I'm really upset. This is not a good way for Violet to live, so I'm getting the water out here as quick as I possibly can. So it's a pretty urgent situation here. Part of the problem in Bali is there is no safe space for farm animals like Violet. I call them farm animals. If they're not on a farm, they're not a farm animal. So animals like Violet. And obviously this is really poor conditions. There's nowhere else for her to go at the moment, but this should be quite a good before and after of what the pump can do. It's already starting to rain again, but I'll take the same video in a few minutes, and well, I say a few minutes, a couple of hours, and I'll show you how much the water has been pumped out. So fingers crossed this does the trick. So the water's coming out, you can see it's all swirling around the pump, and then the pipe goes all the way out this very convenient little hole in the wall, not a pub, which is what we call a hole in the wall in the UK, but an actual literal hole in the wall, where I'll go outside and show you the other side now. So previously, before this rice field had been prepared, I was able to pump water out under here and through the outlet that's at the garden here, but I'm not able to do that anymore. The rice farmer has filled in the trenches that I'd made to send the water into the rice field, so he needs his rice field. I can't send water into it anymore. So the other side of the hole in the wall I was talking about is here, look. And now I'm pumping the water to this other flooded area just outside. All of these are banana trees. The land's not being used, so it's okay for me to pump water, but all this water is what's pumping out of the garden at the moment. I bet you did not know you were going to be learning so much about water pumping. I didn't know anything about it before now, and obviously I'm an irrigation expert, of course. I'm not, as you can tell, else it wouldn't be flooded if I knew my irrigation, but I had tried to do a couple of things like French drains and stuff like that, and it just didn't seem to work, or the rain has just been so bad. Last year none of this happened, so I wasn't overly worried about it. So it's been a bit of a difficult time. If any of you guys would like to check out a bit more about the garden or Violet's story, you can see a YouTube video I've made, which I'll put, like, I don't know, will it be here? Will it be here? It'll be somewhere on the screen. Take a look and you can see a bit more about Violet's backstory and how she came into my care, and some of the plans for the future with her, which I'm looking forward to updating you guys about as I go on with these YouTube episodes. Previously, I'd been putting all of this on Instagram stories, and a few people have messaged me saying, well, hang on, I never get to see it because the stories disappear after, how long? 24 hours. So I'm hoping these YouTube episodes are firstly interesting for people. I don't know if they are. It's just me going about my business. And I'm hoping it gives access for people to what I'm doing and some of the issues and trials and tribulations and bits of joy and seeing animals recover and overcoming problems, all of that. Hopefully it's an interesting video for you guys to watch. I'll be making episodes maybe every 2 or 3 weeks, just with updates of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what's happening, what the progress is. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it, and welcome to the first one. Okay, so been pumping the water for a couple of hours now. As you can see, the rain is starting again. However, at least it's working. And yeah, you can see there's significantly less water in here. Now, you can also see where I put the old pipe just there. And there's another pipe here. I think there's another pipe here, all going to that outlet over there, which is also overflowing. So we're slowly getting there. Okay, it's getting dark. There's still water trickling in, but it's trickling in so slow that the pump, I think, is too powerful. I never thought I'd say that. So I've dug a few more trenches to try and bring some water in here. I'm going to come back tomorrow and try and work on a better plan. I'll probably drain the water from here and from over there as well. And I think, fingers crossed, I'm getting there. Okay, so we've had rain all night again, and it's come through to the morning. Violet's not happy. I'm pumping right now. I've got my pump set up down there, so I'm just making sure that Violet doesn't eat wires and things. After continuously pumping water out of this garden, it dawned on me that the problem probably actually wasn't the rain, and that there was another reason that the garden was flooding. So I think it's that rice field at the back, which is on higher ground than this one. You can see the whole of this back wall is actually really wet. This is flooded, and it's going into this one. This one is a little bit lower than my land, but my land is lower than the one above it, so that's where I think all the water's actually coming in. I don't think it's the rain. The garden had been a really great place for dogs to recover and for Violet, but I was realizing that it was coming to an end. I couldn't continue with this flooding. In the next episode, I'll show you what happened with Violet, where we went after this, and the new rescue house where I moved all of the dogs.